Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have something incredibly cool to take a look at today. If you are unfamiliar with this is from Wonder Artistic Models, and as you can also quite clearly see, this is a 3D puzzle with 89 pieces, and it is an Allosaurus skeleton. So Wonder Artistic Models is an incredibly creative company that produces unbelievably high quality dinosaur skeleton, well, not just dinosaurs actually, other prehistoric creatures as well, but prehistoric creature skeleton models. And again, they're not your normal ordinary skeleton model like you'll normally see, like resin models or plastic models, things like that. And obviously, just looking here at the front of this box here, you can see that, again, that is not what we have here. Now, since this is my introduction to Wonder Artistic Models, I'm not entirely positive, again, what everything's made out of, because I've never had the pleasure of having one of these before, but I'm incredibly excited about this. And one thing that I think is really neat when I was browsing their website, as soon as you go to their website, they have a little saying up there that says, "We don't make toys, we make paleo art." So that gives you a pretty good idea as far as, what they're aiming to create with these really cool models. The packaging again shows off the Allosaurus skull right there on the front, and then if you flip it around to the back, you've got another really nice image of the full model, as well as kind of like a size comparison next to what, human beings would be like next to an Allosaurus, and then a ton of information here all about Wonder Artistic Models, I would imagine. So let's go ahead, slide this out of the packaging, and check it out. As we kind of take off some of the layers here of the packaging, you can see we get to this point where it has, again, the Wonder Artistic Models logo. We also have a QR code here, but there's some information here that I think anybody that buys one of these should probably pay attention to. It just basically says, to fully enjoy your 3D puzzle, we recommend you consider aspects before starting. Like fossils, some parts can be fragile. Follow the following recommendations to keep your model in perfect condition over time. And then basically it gives you kind of like some, guidelines to make sure you build your model the correct way, don't damage it, and all of that fun stuff. So again, let's continue opening this. Once you turn it around, you can see again we have the Wonder Artistic Models logo here. Kind of like some stickers here holding it together. I love the little Parasaurolophus right there. So let's go ahead and remove those. And then once you open everything up, you actually again have the Wonder Artistic Models logo, but it's actually sandpaper. So that's pretty neat. A nice little inclusion there to help you with the building of your model. And then we have a beautiful information sheet on the inside with an incredible image of an Allosaurus on. I absolutely love this Allosaurus image. We also have a look here at the skull of an Allosaurus, and then again, some information on the species is present down below. And then once we move that very carefully, actually we'll take a look here at the back of the packaging, which I'm thinking if something just fell off, a piece of the puzzle there. But we have the back of the packaging again that will help to give you an idea on how to put everything together right there. And then we've got all of our pieces, and you can see again it's really, really neat. There's a lot of pieces included here. Some pieces are starting to kind of pop out on their own. So yeah, we've got a lot to put together here with this model, but I have a very, very strong feeling it is going to be amazing once it's finished. So let's start building this incredible Allosaurus skeleton. So we are officially finished as far as the building process goes, and I will say, at first, when you first pull the pieces out and everything, it can be a little overwhelming because without any, like, obvious instructions. You might be a little confused as far as building the model goes, but I will say that don't worry, don't be too worked up about it, because it's actually really easy to build. Again, I was initially a little overwhelmed because I wasn't positive how to go about it, and I quickly realized that it's actually very simple to build it, and instructions really aren't needed. So basically what you need to do is look at the pieces here. The pieces are all numbered, and you'll see different arrows pointing to different pieces and everything as you go through. And like some pieces are really easy. For instance, like here you could see the arm coming out as well as the fingers, and then again same deal over here, and then a piece here that actually two pieces that would connect the arm to the body. And you can also see, areas of the rib cage, and it numbers the areas of the rib cage so that you know where to put them when you assemble the figure. And this is the exact same style as you move through the entire building process. You basically just follow the numbers and follow the arrows, and you can also use the image that is given to you, which is this image here, again on the packaging, that will also again help to show you basically how it goes together. If you happen to get a little fuzzy on building it, this is another great way to kind of jump back into it and clear the fuzz out of the brain so that you can quickly get back on track with building it. But it really is super easy. Like I was really overwhelmed, I guess you could say, when I first pulled it out and I started to put it together. I wasn't too sure how to go about it until I realized the method, because I'm so new to this. I've never seen these in hand before. So the first one, again, now in the books, has me really hyped to get a hold of some more and build those as well. And on top of, again, showing off just how easy it actually is to build it and how hyped I am about it, the final product is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that Allosaurus skeleton. That is one of the nicest looking Allosaurus skeletons that I've ever seen, and such a creative way to, again, make an Allosaurus skeleton. And you can see as we move through the entire skeleton, again, it is absolutely beautiful. Very, very high quality. And again, the build is actually far easier than you probably realize. So, on top of just how beautiful it is, another thing that really impressed me was the size, because it is huge. Like, I was not expecting it to be quite so large. If I pull it all the way here in the frame, you can see, again, we have that nice long tail for the Allosaurus, but it is a really, really quite sizable Allosaurus skeleton. So let's go ahead and jump straight to a closer look right now. So starting up here at the skull of the Allosaurus, you can instantly take note to just how nice it looks and how high quality it looks. You've got the teeth and everything sculpted out, and as far as the overall structure and appearance to the skull itself, everything looks about as accurate, I think, as it gets when it comes to an Allosaurus. Like, I really think they did a fantastic job on this. And one thing that's cool is you can kind of articulate the neck a little bit, because it can move. If you see right there, don't move it too sharply, because it will eventually remove itself from that area. You'll have to put it back in. But again, they did a very, very good job, I think, on the overall accuracy of the skull. And you can kind of see here as you look at it up above how exactly it's put together. Like, for instance, as we move down the neck, these pieces kind of go in on each side and then connect. And they snap in there really nicely, and everything is fitted to perfectly snap into place and assemble the model. And then as you continue to move down, again, I think I need to actually move the ribs up a little bit further on mine. Some are up a little higher than others, but I'll get to that eventually. But again, as you move through, you can see how cool it looks. Like, even the fingers, like you can see as you look down here at the hands of the Allosaurus, the fingers themselves actually sport the claws and everything on them. Again, making it just look so high quality and so impressive. And I love how it's been printed out and created, because it adds like color difference to the overall skeleton, as you can see different shades of browns and stuff as you move through. Again, with the way that these are created, it allows that kind of look to it. So that also, again, I think gives this Allosaurus a really appealing appearance. You can see the Allosaurus is running along. The leg is up off of the ground. You can even see a toe kind of sticking out right there, which I think looks really neat. Basically, the foot is preparing to go back down and land. So they have given it a really cool visual as far as the running pose. I absolutely love that aspect as well. And again, as you move through, you can just see how all of the pieces kind of snap together. And hopefully, looking at it here in this video, if you do purchase one of these and you build one yourself, itself, it'll help to give you a pretty good idea, again, as far as how exactly it's put together. And you can see as we move out the entire length of the model, there's a really, really nice, very long tail with a super beautiful and majestic looking curve. You can see the opposing foot there is planted very nicely, and even the base itself looks really neat and also sports the Wonder Artistic Models logo down there. And if you take a look here, we'll turn it very carefully to the other side. You can see again over here, it is absolutely beautiful. Like, they really, really did come up with a genius idea, if you ask me, when it comes to these skeleton models from Wonder Artistic Models. Like, it's so impressive just how nice they look, and again, so impressive how large they are. And to show you exactly how large they are, let's go ahead and check out a size comparison. So as far as a size goes, I'm going to go ahead and get a length from the tail to the snout of the Allosaurus. You're looking at about, if I could keep it still, I would say about 22¼ inches, or around 56½, closing in on 57 centimeters, maybe a little bit more. I'm not completely positive because it kept trying to move on me, and with the curves in the body, it was a little hard to get that perfect measurement. And for a height, you were looking at right around the 7¼ inch range, or around, I would say, 18 centimeters, maybe actually closing in about 18½ if you go to the crest area there. For a size comparison, again, to show off how large this is, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Allosaurus, and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World toy line next to our Wonder Artistic Models Allosaurus. And you can definitely see now, in comparison to these figures, I think, how impressive the size is, because when I had initially got this out, started to kind of put it together, I don't think I was quite prepared for how large this really was going to be. And the size and overall beauty far exceeded my expectations in every aspect of this release. Like, they really did a great job of creating something very unique, but something that is also very memorable, and also something that is very sizable and impressive. Like, the overall total package of this, honestly, is quite mind-blowing. Having one of these here, I am so interested in seeing others from this brand and showing off how incredible these truly are here on my channel. My words, this review, I really don't think it's going to do it justice. You really need to see one of these in hand. But for another comparison, here are a few classic Allosaurus figures, as we have the old Kenner Allosaurus as well as the Safari LTD Allosaurus. Two figures that are very, very popular amongst collectors. And again, I thought they would be great choices to bring in here and kind of compare with this Allosaurus skeleton to show you again the size, but also how cool it looks to have an Allosaurus skeleton as beautiful as this and as accurate as this next to these two figures right here. Again, on top of creating a beautiful model, like, you can see looking at this that they have really done their homework to make sure that this is about as accurate as it gets when it comes to an Allosaurus skeleton. So it's a great companion piece to include with any Allosaurus model when it comes to displaying them. So this Wonder Artistic Models Allosaurus skeleton has absolutely blown me away. This is my first introduction to Wonder Artistic Models, and I had seen them for quite a while now. Like, I had seen some other people posting about them and had taken notice of their website quite a ways back, and I was really interested in the line overall, but I had never actually had the opportunity to check out anything from them in person, and I'm so happy that I now finally have had that opportunity, and honestly that pleasure, because this is really, really impressive, like so much better than I ever expected it to be. And again, you can really tell that Wonder Artistic Models does their homework. They really go the extra mile to not only give you a fantastic product, but the most accurate product on top of that. Because if you look at this in comparison to any Allosaurus skeleton, like, you can see that this looks exactly the same. Like, they have captured the overall appearance perfectly, whether it's the proportions of the model, whether it's the actual structure of the skeleton, the fine detail on the model as far as the different details of the skull or like the vertebrae or the rib cage. Like, they've done this model and this species complete justice with this release, and I honestly cannot recommend this enough to anybody that is looking for something that's a little bit different, but really accurate to what an Allosaurus looks like. And again, if in general, if you're looking for a skeletal reconstruction of many, many different species, not just this Allosaurus, because they actually have a plethora of different models on their site, this is a huge recommendation from me, because again, this is just breathtaking right here. So if you are interested in this, I will include a link in the description to where you can head on over to the Wonder Artistic Models website and purchase yourself this Allosaurus or any of their other incredible models. So make sure you check that link in the description, head on over there and pick yourself up this fantastic Allosaurus skeleton, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.